Hey guys, back again. So let's do another pickups video and more reviews. So like I said, it's been a weird couple months. Still trying to get out of it, so again, I'm condensing this to one video. So let's start off with the pickups, and there aren't many. I'm trying to cut back. There's a couple that I got, a couple Scream Factories that I wanted, and a couple of other movies. So let's get started with the 3 Scream Factory movies I got. I got Dawn of the Dead, which I've seen before, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. I remember really liking this one a lot, so if I do see this again sometime soon, I'm really interested to see, because I really thought this was a great remake. Like, it's not like the original completely. It still is the same kind of story, but it's executed very, very well, and I really like it. It's one of Zack Snyder's, I think, best films, like, from what I remember. And I enjoy, I don't love all of Zack Snyder's films, but I enjoy some of them. This one I remember liking a lot. And it's got the cool inner artwork, since I got the sleeve, so I did the backwards, but that's so cool. Yeah, so Dawn of the Dead. Then I found with a slipcover, Class of 1984, which I was surprised that I had a slipcover for it, because this is a pretty old release, because it's got that old font for the Blu-ray release, or Blu-ray Scream Factory font, like where it says Collector's Edition. It doesn't really say that. Like with the Dawn of the Dead one, it's like that recently now, where it's not blue. So this is definitely an older font for it. So this is definitely an older release, and I'm surprised that I found the slipcover for it. Class of 1984, that artwork's pretty cool too. I have seen before, and I dig it. I think it's really fun. I've only seen it once, like I said, on the last drive-in, but of course I got to get it. Scream Factory, I just want to get most of them or all of them, and spend a little money every once in a while just to collect them. And this one was just one I needed on the collection, and it had a slipcover, so that I didn't expect to have on there. Then I got, and this is a movie that I want to rewatch soon. It's Phantom of the Paradise, which is Brian De Palma. And I dig Brian De Palma movies. I've not seen them all, and it is going to be a thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to watch all of them. Phantom of the Paradise is a movie that is very, very original. It's very, very fascinating. Like, it is one of the most bizarre horror musical movies, I guess what you can say, but it is a very bizarre movie, and I really remember thinking it was very fascinating. Like I said, Brian De Palma, even when he's hit and miss, like, you really have movies of his that really just, like this, are just ambitious. And this one just looks I remember watching it and I remember it was insane. So, I remember also had a Garrett Graham as Beef, this really flaunty, funny character. And Garrett Graham's a great character actor anyways, but he's hilarious in this. So I'm going to rewatch this soon, Phantom of the Paradise. Like I said, that artwork's pretty cool. Those are the Scream Factories I got, and then I got 2 DVDs, and one is a 2-pack and one is a 4-pack. The only other horror 2-pack I got is Motel Hell and Deranged. I have Motel Hell, of course, on Steelbook Scream Factory, but I got this for free. Buy one, get one free at this store in town. And it had Deranged, which I have not seen. I don't know anything about Deranged. I guess it's based on Ed Gein kind of thing, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm interested to see Deranged. I don't know if I'll like it or love it, but, you know, I wanted to see it and I got it for free. So this is the other movie out of the 2, the buy one, get one. I got the Clint Eastwood Comedy Collection from Warner Brothers, 4-pack. And Clint Eastwood is an actor I love. I love his movies that I've seen, so I want to see more. This has Space Cowboys, Honky Tonk Man, Every Which Way But Loose, and Any Which Way You Can, and I have not seen any of these. So, really cool deal for me for a 4-pack. It was like $8. Really good deal. Like I said, love Clint Eastwood stuff, and I want to see more of his. Like Brian De Palma, I want to see all of his stuff, but of course, there's just so much. Way more Clint Eastwood than De Palma, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of Clint Eastwood, and he is like 90 and still making movies. Just, it's so cool how awesome he is. He's such a cool guy. So those are my pickups, and then let's get on to the reviews. And I have 5 movies here, all horror this time. And let's start off with the first one. I watched Lake Placid for the first time, and Lake Placid is the movie about the killer crocodile from the 90s. I think it's 99. And it is really entertaining, and I've never seen it before, and everybody said, oh, it's great, it's great. I really, really enjoyed Lake Placid. This was really, really fun. It's weird because this one, it's directed by Steve Miner, and that's awesome too. But Steve Miner did like Halloween H2O, Friday 2 and 3, House. He's a good horror director, and I really like that this movie does a great job of being really genuinely hilarious, but also pretty scary. And I thought that the opening scene especially was really good, where the guy's like in the water, crocodile comes up, and he tells the other guy in the boat, grab me, pull me in, and then he pulls the guy in, and he's just had half a body. Like, that was really effective. And the whole movie does have effective, scary moments, and I really did enjoy that. But I liked how the movie was actually really legitimately funny. Like, I love the fact that it had so many jokes in it, but it never deterred away from making, like, it's so weird because horror comedies, that is such a weird bar to make in terms of like balancing horror and comedy, and this one I think is one of the best, honestly, that I've seen with balancing that. And I really loved having Betty White in this. And before I saw the movie, I heard Betty White was in it. I heard that she was hilarious, and it did not let me down because she was so genuinely funny. She's the one who basically has the crocodiles come and why they're there. And I love the lines that she says. There's a line where they're interrogating her, and she's talking about her dead husband, and she's like, yeah, I killed my husband. And they're like, what? You killed her and killed him? And he's like, or she says, yeah, he told me to end his suffering, so I hit him over the head. Like, that was really funny. And then there's a line later where they take one of her cows to use as bait for the crocodile, and she screams at him, calls them cocksuckers. And it's so funny because it's just Betty White saying this stuff, which cracks me up. I really thought that was genuinely hilarious. She was great in the movie. All the actors were great. Oliver Platt's good. It's Brendan Gleeson, not Donald. Brendan Gleeson. Main girl, I don't know what her name is. But I liked all the performances too. They were pretty good. And then the next one I watched was the original Little Shop of Horrors, which is a Roger Corman movie from the 60s, I believe. Watched it on the last drive-in, Joe Bob Briggs. There's that, and there's one more episode I need to watch, which is the other Roger Corman episode for that night, which was Humanoids from the Deep, which I'm going to try to watch soon. But this one in particular is the original Little Shop of Horrors, which I had never seen before. I've seen the Frank Oz remake, and I really, really like that movie. That movie's so funny, and it's got great music. It's got, I think his name is Howard Ashman, who passed away in right before Little Mermaid. But he and I forgot who the other person was, but they did all the music for the Disney movies, and it shows in that Little Shop of Horrors remake, which I think is great. I love that movie, but I never saw the original Roger Corman one, so I decided, yeah, I'm gonna watch it because of course it was on Last Drive-In, and I just wanted to see it. This one is extremely low budget, like you'd expect with Roger Corman, but I thought it was good. I did like it, but I definitely didn't like it as much as the remake, and that's kind of hearsay because usually you don't really say the remake's better, but for me personally, I really thought the remake was way better than this one, but this one has its merits. The original Little Shop of Horrors, I think, is good, and it's fun, and it's funny, and Jack Nicholson steals the show. Like, he's got some great lines. You really look at Jack Nicholson when he started out as an actor, like, he's gonna go places as an actor, and of course he did after this movie, but wow, I can't even like recite any lines that he said, but he just was really, really great in the movie. Like, he was so funny. And the movie is fun. It's just not one that, like I said, I really like the remake more, and it's got its merits being pretty good effects work as well. Like, I thought it was really cool, and I thought it was bizarre, and of course you need this to have the remake, but I think that this one I liked less than the remake by a good amount. Like, I really love the remake. This one I think is good. It's solid enough, but it's not something that I'm gonna rewatch. I will rewatch the remake though. But this one, the original, I thought was good. it was just fine. It wasn't anything that I loved, but I thought it was good and it had merits to it. Good effects, good acting. For its low budget, it works, and I thought that that was good enough. So I watched that, and then I watched Slaughterhouse, which is the 80s slasher. I think 87 is what I think it said on IMDb. 1987. It's a slasher in the vein of Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Motel Hell, where it's a meat farm and or meat factory, and this guy is getting fed up with the people trying to shut him down, so he gets his special needs son to go and kill everybody, and it's just a slasher, and it's fine. Like it actually, no, honestly, I didn't really love it that much. Like I thought it was just like it was. I liked the opening. The opening was really funny. With Slaughterhouse, like I liked the opening music because it was so goofy and so funny, and it made me laugh. I did like the opening music. I remember a lot of pig squeals from the killer. I remember there's some good gore, but really that's all I remember. It's really, Slaughterhouse is not one that I'm gonna rewatch that much, even though I got the Vinegar Syndrome, but I didn't see it before I bought the Vinegar Syndrome. I just blind bought it, and that's fine. Like I don't regret buying it, but it's not one that I'm gonna rewatch much. Maybe, I mean, who knows, maybe one day I might watch it again and I might like it more, but as of now I didn't really like it that much. Slaughterhouse, it was just really kind of forgettable in terms of entertainment, because I don't look at slashers as like great movies. I look at them as entertaining movies, and this one didn't really fill that entertainment bar for me that much. But it was whatever. It wasn't anything terrible, but it just wasn't that great in terms of entertainment value for me. And then I watched X-Ray, which I really dug the hell out of. That is a slasher in a hospital where I don't know what her name is, but really beautiful woman, this main character, who is in a hospital with a guy slashing off or killing people around her, and then he makes her look crazier. And I really like that idea. That's really fun and really creepy, because the killer's really good in this, like in X-Ray, and the main woman is really great as well, and I like their cat and mouse games with each other. And this is a really good, entertaining thriller. Like, I was genuinely surprised with X-Ray, or well, I guess it's called Hospital Massacre or X-Ray, because of course this is one of those 80s slashers where they got different names released, which I don't know which one I like more. I like Hospital Massacre as a name, but I like X-Ray too. But I'm just going to refer to it as X-Ray because that's what it said on the Scream Factory release. But X-Ray, like I said, it had some good gore, it had a good main character, it had a good killer, it had good thrilling moments, and it was just fun. And I really felt like it was a slasher that I hear no one really talk about, and I really liked X-Ray. Really a good surprise, honestly. I was genuinely surprised by how awesome X-Ray was. And then the last movie I watched, or I'd say rewatched, this is the only rewatch in the reviews for this week, but of course it was Friday the 13th a day or two ago, and I, of course, had to watch one of the Friday the 13th movies, and I was thinking, I'm going to probably watch part 5, but because that's my favorite one, but then I was like, no, I'll just watch the first one, because the first one I think is genuinely really good, and I just wanted to start out with the first one because it's the first one. I really love the first Friday the 13th, and it's weird because the first one gets a lot of, I don't know if flack's the right word, but it gets a lot of talk with not being, like, it's a lot of, it's got some gore in it, like, and it's great, the gore, but it's only like probably a minute's worth of gore in the entire movie, with some great Tom Savini effects, but it's a lot of not really seeing as much of the carnage. There's definitely gore in this. Like I said, Kevin Bacon getting the arrow through the throat, or getting the axe in the face. But then there's a lot of off-screen kills, like getting the arrow shot at you, or Ned getting killed and getting his throat slit and you don't see it, kind of thing. Which is fine. And honestly, whenever I look at slashers, if I watch a slasher movie that doesn't have a lot of gore, but it's creepy and it works, I think I'm fine with that, because I still think that the first Friday the 13th, the way it was shot, it's weird. It's the only one out of the whole franchise that I think is shot the creepiest. You really feel the woods in this movie. You really feel like it's a character, and you don't see the killer period until the end of the movie, which of course is Mrs. Voorhees, Pamela Voorhees, but you don't see the killer at all. Like, you just see the point of view of the killer, and I think that makes this one of the scariest ones. Honestly, it might be the scariest one in terms of being how it's shot, in terms of not seeing the killer, in terms of when you get to the killer, it's a human person. It's not Jason Voorhees, or it's not Roy, even though I love Roy. Roy's awesome, but this is a human person who's the killer, and in all the other movies, it's a more supernatural character or Roy. So it's interesting to see that, and I've said this so many times on this channel if I've talked about the Friday film, Friday the 13th, but Betsy Palmer, just of how great of an actress she was, with the fact that she hated the script, she thought it was a piece of shit, she wanted to make this movie just to get money for a car, but the performance she gives is just so great, and the thought of all the effort she put into this one performance for a movie that she didn't even like or respect, like whenever it was being made, is really cool. Like, I love when actors do that. If an actor doesn't like something and they're in it, they still give it their all, and she does. She is really awesome. Oh, and I just noticed I do have a Friday the 13th shirt, the final chapter. But I love this first movie, and I love the fact that it's just really, really creepy. It's not as much about the gore in this one, which I'm fine with. I think it's so effective. And I like Alice as a final girl. She's not my favorite overall, but I still like her as a final girl. I think she's good. I think the fight at the end is good and hilarious. Like, it's just so fun. And this movie, of course, is just an exploitation horror movie, which was, like they said and admitted, that it's just a ripoff of Halloween, because Halloween came out 2 years before. Which I like how much, like how effective it is, even though it's just a Halloween ripoff, in my opinion. I don't know if that's nostalgia talking, but I think it's an effective horror movie, and I enjoy it. Again, I look at these more of an enjoyment factor, not really great movies. But like I said, this one, out of the whole franchise, has a killer you don't see until the end, and then whenever the killer's revealed, it's a great performance. And like I said, the kills are good that you see, and the ones off screen I'm fine with, because then you see the aftermath and it's still creepy, and it still works. It still works as a good horror movie. So I really do dig Friday the 13th, and I'm glad that I rewatched the first one. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch the other ones right now, but if I do watch another one, I'd probably watch them in order. I have marathoned them a lot before, like dozens of times, but there's always so many new movies I want to watch. It's hard to marathon old movies, or movies that I've seen so many times. Because like I said, I've got this Clint Eastwood 4-pack I gotta watch, and I got Deranged to watch. So I've got, and Phantom of the Paradise. I've got a lot to watch. So like I said, and I've seen Phantom of the Paradise, by the way. That one I just kind of want to rewatch because I'm in a Brian De Palma mood, because I watched Sisters last week, I think, last video. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else I'm gonna be watching, and like I said, I'll make another video in the next week or so about movies I've watched. I usually watch like 4 or 5 a week. Out of 7 days a week, I watch like 5 of them. Like one night usually, for the most part, I'll watch one, which I think is a good relaxation thing after getting off of work and working at night. So yeah, I'll have more coming up. Like I said, I'm getting better with what's been going on. So we'll keep going with this, and I'll have another review up in a week or so. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.